Do you know that there is a project right now that is dropping only one NFT a day forever, and they are selling for enormous amounts of money? I'm talking at least 30 ETH each.
What?
And it's been going on through the whole bear market. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right. This project is called Nouns, and I'm going to take you through the mental gymnastics of what the F this thing is. New here, we do content on NFTs, Web3, Degen stuff. We wear face paints. We hope that you learn something new every time you come. And if you do, consider smashing that like and subscribe button because it does help us out. We just have to talk about what's going on up here at the top with this auction, because this is the reason I'm talking about it, because I thought I was seeing things the first time I came to this site. There is a current auction happening for a one-of-one NFT. This is on-chain artwork. The current bid is 30 ETH, 30.2 ETH. If I'm just looking at the chart right now today, that 30 ETH is approximately $46,333, just to give you an idea of how much money somebody is currently bidding for this. Like I said, first time I saw this, I was like, what? And then I started going back and I was like, okay, here's yesterday's 30. Okay, I'll talk about these even number ones in a second. 30, 33, wow. 34, 33, 39. It's pretty crazy. Is this carrying over to OpenSea? You can see this project was launched in August of 2021. If I go into the activity tab here, you'll see those sales are even higher.
Wow.
And yeah, they've got a 34.8 ETH price today. And if I go back through history here, you'll see some of these have been selling for 115 ETH, 103 ETH. This one's $227,000. Well, some big money moving. Nouns describes itself as an experimental attempt to improve the formation of on-chain avatar communities. This is auction style, and from the very beginning, there were huge bids happening. They also have a mission to build governance and treasury that can be used by the communities. I think this might be the most interesting social tech experiment happening in real time that I've possibly ever seen. I'm just interested in the pure experiment itself. Every day, one of these goes up for auction forever. That's a long commitment. There's 10 founders. I don't know how these 10 founders are planning to keep this going forever. The way that the founders make money on this is that one out of every 10 nouns goes directly to the founders, and they distribute it amongst each other for only the next 5 years. So what happens after the next 5 years? I don't know. I told you, are you ready for some mental gymnastics? So that's why going to this number 580, it's every 10. So 580, 590, 600, those are going to go directly to the founders, and then they can hold them or sell them, whatever. The theory behind that is that it motivates the founders to keep going and not rug the project, which has been a issue in a lot of NFT communities.
Yeah.
So there's that. This treasury right now, you can click on the button and go straight into Etherscan and see what is currently in the pot. They have $43,749,000 some dollars in this pot that is, again, supposed to be shared in the DAO based on proposals and voting. So the DAO, let's give a quick overview of what that is. So DAO, if you don't know, is a decentralized autonomous organization. And I don't know about how everybody else feels about DAOs, but they are real sloppy right now. Partially because it's hard to get people to actually commit to voting and paying attention to proposals. They did have this video commissioned out of the DAO, which you should definitely come and watch. And at some point in here, they describe what a DAO is themselves. And they say that it's not like a plane with no captain. It's like a plane where everybody is the captain. And I do think that's the correct metaphor because I sure as F don't know what happens if you put an entire collection of pilots into a plane and tell them that they all are in charge. Like even aviation, there's like a captain, right? And then there's process of how they rotate out people flying the plane. If we come into the DAO section, they do have the treasury stuff in here up front. You can see all the proposals. Everything is transparent. You can see what's pending, what's active, what's been executed, what's been defeated. They also have really good documentation set up for what this whole project is about. And I am very impressed with the amount of effort that has been put into this. You can come in here as a noun holder and propose. There are a few different types. You can get a small grant, a prop house grant, or a full proposal, and that's just divided up by the amount of Ethereum you would be rewarded. You have to hold 2 nouns in order to submit a proposal.
Interesting.
Buying 1 noun for 50 grand right now wouldn't be enough. You'd have to buy 2 of them. You can come in here too with the and see some of the projects that they've already launched, and these are really funky. But one of them I saw in here, I was like, what is this? Is this noun creeps? Which interests me because I'm a creeps holder.
Naturally.
They claim some of the stuff that they're using money for is charity stuff. Some of it is marketing stuff. They did have an appearance in this Bud Light commercial in the Super Bowl. They've been doing some heavy stealth marketing.
I think that this is wild. It's
so wild. The theory is that these nouns are going to depreciate in value as they become more
common
into existent, right? Common, right?
Yeah.
But it will take right now from the time of launch 27 years to reach 10,000.
Yeah. I've seen some projects that are running a pretty good communicative DAO, and I hope that that's what this turns into. But like the barrier to entry, that cost is so high that I just wouldn't invest because I don't know what direction the DAO is going to go in. I guess that's part of the fun, but I'm not sitting on like 30 ETH casually looking to throw it at something I want to like experiment that much on.
Yeah, this is definitely a rich person's NFT playground. If we look at the statistics here, it reveals a little bit about what's going on. So it says that there are 583 nouns in existence. There are only 343 owners. Mm-hmm. So think about it, getting in on this early, if you own 2 of them and you can do an actual proposal, that gives you pretty high chance of getting approved and getting some of that cash. But then also if you spent $100,000 to buy 2 of these, then you already probably have a lot of cash to get started on things.
Yeah, I think that's why it's important to see if there's a community that comes together if they're all working towards something. I don't know. This is very bizarre.
Okay, let's just peek a little bit more behind the scenes. So I went into nftgo.io to check out some of the analytics behind who is in here. And then it got even more weird because I would come in here and see, okay, poap.eth, this whale has 23 of them. This one has 23. This one has 20. This one has 19. They're essentially the top contributors to the money pot, right? Okay, if you have the majority of the votes and you've contributed the majority of the cash, then everybody else is pretty much showing up thinking that they're going to get access to stuff and never have a chance. But then also if over time more and more people are able to join because the value of the Nouns NFTs drop, then eventually somebody might be able to own a lot more. Don't know. This is just too many layers to think about. You'll also see like the majority of blue chip holders here, 41%, which did not surprise me. So you've got CryptoPunks, Ebits, Bored Apes in the top positions.
Can we go look at some of the proposals again? Just really quick.
Tell me when you want me to stop if you see something you want read.
So they all are working towards obviously like nouns-based community and building that out. It's just in all different directions.
All different directions. If you come into community and go into talent, If you're a Nouns holder, you have the opportunity to add yourself to this Rolodex. It does at least tell you who is in this community, which, again, I really like the transparency of everything that they're doing in here. They also have a public discourse going on. And very active, too, on Twitter, if anybody's interested in following. They most recently have a video up with Seth Green, and he's talking about Nouns, like how excited he is about it.
It's very interesting that it's strict PFP and DAO based with no roadmap. So they really are leaving it up to the community. And in the beginning, you really have to pay a premium to get in, to have that influence, to get access to those DAO funds and kind of form what's happening. Very, very interesting. Because normally, like, it's about the community build and you just don't come out with a DAO, I feel like, out the gate, but I could be wrong. I don't participate in a lot of DAOs, so.
No, because they're hard to participate in. You have to dedicate so much time to reading everything, so you have to be really super into it. Maybe this is different because you've contributed $50,000 to over $100,000. If you have so much money, do you even care at a certain like how much?
So inconsequential,
like it doesn't
whatever.
It doesn't mean much to me. I just spent 30 ETH and it didn't faze me. If you have any commentary or information about this project, do leave a note down in the comment section. I would love to hear everyone's opinion on it, and if you've heard of it, and what you think about this model too, if you could ever see this working and for how many years, and what is going to happen with this whole thing. I'd like to do a quick glue sniff system on a scale of 1 being you'd have to just have a little bit of glue sniff to buy into this project, and 3 being you would have to be totally out of your mind to buy into this project. Where do you stand?
It's a 3+ because I'm not looking to spend 30 ETH on something right now. And I don't have the time, I guess, to really participate in the DAO. And for me, that's what it's all about. I'm a 3 Sniff plus.
What if you are a multimillionaire who is a artist or a developer?
I would have even less time to spend in the DAO. So a 3+.
I'm going to go with 3 sniffs as well. The amount of mental gymnastics I was getting into figuring out what the value is in this project. Whenever I get too much confusion going on, I'm just like, I'm out. I am out. Thank you for joining for this ramble. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do follow us on social media. We are at Probably Degens. Like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.